3 years you were at home doing nothing?
I was a truck driver at church.
All right.
I was called Mr. Maketula. I think it's never late. As long as you're still alive, you still got a brain, you finished your matric, maybe you thought it's over or something. Go back to the drawing board. Faithful are the wounds of a friend more than the kisses of an enemy. You know, there are friends that will tell you that, no, maybe you are lazy, maybe this is the situation, you know. Surround yourself with those type of people that can mold you, and then have a goal.
Welcome to the first episode of Pull Up with Sema. My name is Formative. They call me Sema. We'll be having conversation with one of the luminaries in the law firms. His name is Mogau Tjiane. My brother, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm very much excited. When I was informed that you'll be joining us today, I was thrilled, purely because I understand that there's a whole lot of things that you've been doing behind the scene. And we sat down as the team to discuss a way forward and also plan some other things, because our plan has always been to promote people who are doing things to other people. So now, when I was informed that you will be available, I was very, very much glad that we'll be having you. Mogau, without any waste of time, because of course we'll be discussing so many things, right? But I wanted you to actually feel relaxed, be very comfortable, and explain who you are, where you come from, because people only know Mogau, a lawyer, someone who is always formal and stuff. But I want them to know the side of Mogau that they never thought that it exists. Can you maybe, in this first episode, tell us who is Mogau?
Thank you very much, my brother, for this opportunity. It means a lot to me. I'm also equally excited to be sharing my story and where I come from and what has been happening in my life and in my practice and all of that. Well, Mogau is a son of Robert and Ntipelo Tjiane from a village called Tabakubidu in Twane. I'm the firstborn to 7 kids. Okay. Yes, so I hail from Tabakubidu. That's where I grew up. I studied at Groblersdal Primary School. Before that, I was at Tafelkop with my auntie. I studied at a school called Jacob Sifako Primary, and then I didn't stay there for long. I think it was just for 2 years. Yeah. And then I went to Groblersdal Primary School. That's where I studied my primary. And from there I went to St. Joseph's Comprehensive School. That's where my high school life began.
Okay. Before we can even discuss the issue of you being a lawyer, I just want us to focus on a very interesting topic.
Yes.
And the issue of upbringing. I'm told that you had a very interesting upbringing.
Yeah. Well, I was brought up in a solid Christian home. Okay. Yeah. That's how I was raised by my parents. My late father was a very strict father, but also loving. Yeah, that's how I grew up. Well, I was not much of a sports person. I did a bit of soccer. Soccer was not my thing. I loved athletics a lot because my father was also an ultra distance runner. That's what I did mostly as I grew up. Did a bit of soccer and all of that, but it was not much of my forte.
Okay. So your interest has always been in law?
My interest has always been in law from primary school. Okay. It stemmed from a conversation I had with my dad. We used to have a lot of discussions with him, and we were talking one day, and he said to me, "You know, the way you are so inquisitive and like asking questions, I think you must be a lawyer, my son." And that stood in my mind since then, from primary school up until high school. Yeah, that's been my journey.
So because honestly speaking, as much as I would love us to delve deeper into your academic life and stuff, I want us to concentrate much on how things pan out when you were still very young. Apart from that, because obviously I believe that your life could have been punctuated with so many things that we do not know. Because today we see this person wearing suits and stuff and all that, and we think that everything has always been smooth sailing. But I would love to believe that there were failures in life that you had to undergo, and then you had to deal with so many things. Is there anything that comes to mind, that you think is very much important that we should know about you?
Yes, from a primary level, I was not a brilliant student or someone who was passing with A's and all of that. My parents were even worried because I used to attend a lot of detention at primary school. I was very, very naughty. I remember there was a time at primary school where you'd stay for detention and your parents have to fetch you after school when everyone else has left. You stay for an hour. So it was more of a punishment type of thing to try and remedy your behavioral patterns to change. And I remember I didn't tell my parents that I would stay for detention, and then they left me at primary. And then when the detention time left, I just was walking around Hobbesdal, not knowing how I'm gonna go home. And then there was an old man who witnessed me and said, you look familiar. You look like a son in the Tjiane family. And then I said, yes, I'm Robert Tjiane's son. And then he took me home. He drove me home. And when I got home, I got a serious beating.
For that reason.
For that reason. And I was, honestly speaking, I was a very naughty child. From primary up until high school. Things changed when I was in high school. But I was a very, very, very naughty child.
Did you smoke or drink or what? How naughty were you?
No, I didn't drink or smoke. I think the first taste of alcohol I had was at university.
Okay. At some point.
At some point.
Okay.
But for a week.
For a week.
Yes, for a week at varsity. But I'll explain when we touch base on my varsity life. But from primary, I think I was just so naughty at school.
But were you treated differently in the family purely because of your intelligence, or you were treated like any other person living in that house?
Yeah, I was treated like any other person, but being a firstborn, you're your parents, first child. My parents loved me a lot. But there was a lot of discipline in my family. Even up to this day, my parents were very strict. And of course they were loving, but they were very strict. They loved discipline. And when they beat you, they'll beat you, both of them. If you're running this side, the other one will come and beat you like equally. They will equally discipline us. There was no favoritism.
So you were treated like a normal person,
like a normal person, normal child. No,
that I understand. So now, when it comes to modeling your life, because I can tell that you are very different compared to other people who come from the same place that you come from. What actually shaped your life?
I think what shaped my life, honestly, it's the Christian values that I was raised in. My parents and also my auntie, her name is Naputa, and Franz Tjiane. I grew up under their tutelage. And I used to go to Sunday school, Mamuruntra Maja, those were people that modeled my upbringing from Sunday school. And it shaped my life and how I perceive life. I didn't think of life in any other model or any other way. I thought this is the life that I must live from Sunday school.
So from that time, you never looked back. You have always been consistent with
always been consistent and disciplined from when I entered high school. That's how my life was shaped from there. Yes.
So now can we now discuss the issue of you, because I'm told, you tell me if that is true. There is a story that I heard concerning you at the University of Pretoria to a point where you were excluded. What actually happened there?
After high school, I've passed with flying colors in my matric, got a matric exemption, go and do my LLB. I was excited. Did my first year. Things started, not shaping up. First year, second year. In my second year, I failed. I think there was a time where I failed all of the modules that I was doing, and I passed one module called African Languages.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I was disappointed. I felt suicidal. There was a time where I actually called your brother, Peter Matebe.
Okay.
And I was very discouraged. I thought, I think things are over here. And he encouraged me. He said, no, my brother, don't give up. I'll pray for you. God will help you. And I remember there was a period of a week where I drank red wine and savannah. I thought maybe I must just be suicidal. Yes, I thought, no, man, it's over.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not going to make it. Life is unfair. I'm going to go home. I'm going to be laughed at. I failed all of my modules. And then I remember my uncle wrote a letter to the University of Pretoria to say, please, can you try help him to register again? They said no. And then I went back home.
Oh, you went back home?
I went back home. I had to go back home.
To do what?
To go sit at home because you
So
failed.
you had to. So how long did it take you?
Being at home.
Yeah, being at home.
It took me 3 years.
3 years you were at home doing nothing?
I was a truck driver at church.
All right.
I was called Mr. Maketula.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a truck driver at church. And that was my life, preaching the gospel for 3 years. Yeah.
And then I'm told that there was a transition from that lifestyle to another lifestyle. What actually happened? Because I'm told that there was a good Samaritan who came to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you explain what actually happened?
What happened was we were once praying. I think it's the 13th of May or 3rd of June 2010, somewhere there. Maybe I'm confusing the dates.
Yeah.
We were praying with an aunt of mine, Poshia Maba, and a sister of mine, Sharon Matawati. She gave a prophetic word. It was scary to me. She said, I'm seeing you graduating wearing 3 belts. God says you're going to graduate. Then I took that word literally and said, I'm believing it.
Okay.
And then Joas Ramaja came and gave me forms and said, apply at the University of Limpopo. Maybe they might take you.
Okay.
And then I took those forms and then they took me. I think it was in 2012. And then I registered for 2013. And I went to the University of Limpopo 2013, 2014, 2015. That's when I finished.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's very interesting because first of all, people are not aware of this. But we are recording live from the headquarters of GM Attorneys in mainland Pretoria today.
Yes.
Yes. And then there was a story of you being a failure sitting home, but right now I'm told that you have already completed your master's degree.
Yes.
You've also completed some other studies and stuff and all that. What actually happened there after having completed your LLB?
Yes, after completing my LLB, I was searching for articles of clerkship.
Okay.
It's what we call practical vocational training. I applied for a job and then they took me at the Mohasho Attorneys in Brooklyn, Pretoria. I did my articles for 2 years. And then while doing my articles, I registered for a master's degree.
Okay.
Then I completed my articles. And then in 2019, after passing, I wrote my board exams. After passing my board exams, I was admitted as an attorney. Okay. And then 2 years later, I finished my master's degree.
Okay. Then GM Attorneys, how did it come about?
GM Tjiane Attorneys in 2020, when I was, after 2019, after I was admitted, another miracle happened because I believe in the supernatural power of God.
Okay.
So we were praying on the 30th of September 2019 in Sunnyside at a cell group where we'd just meet and pray. And my younger brother, Mogau Tjiane, just told me that, you know what, I see you with a lot of files. God says you're going to start your own firm one day. Well, I didn't have that mind. I thought maybe after 5-10 years. GM Tjiane Attorneys came about in the year 2020. December, I got a retrenchment letter from my previous employer. They said, you know what, it's COVID. You remember how life was then. It's COVID. We can't afford to keep you working with us and all of that. And then they wrote me a retrenchment letter and said, sorry, but this is where we are. This is how things are going to be about. It was heartbreaking, but I remember that word to say you're going to start your own thing. And I thought, you know what, I've studied, I've got an LLB degree, I've got a master's degree. I think I can start my own thing. There's no need to go and be employed by someone else. Let me be the employer. Let me employ myself. Then I registered and I got a logo, and I remember it was in December 2020. That's when I advertised that I'll be starting a law firm.
Okay. Can you take us through that process? What actually happened? Because I'm told that you started it, I think, in a house somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started it at a flat.
Okay.
In Hatfield. And then there was a friend of mine, Katla Mailula. He said, Tjiane, you cannot practice in your house or in a flat. I remember I had 2 files then, no work, nothing. And then he said, for you to be visible, let me pay your rent for a few months, and then you can start standing on your ground and on your feet. And I went to town. I remember it was at a place called 250 Pretorius. That's where I started being visible, started attracting clients, Facebook, references, people coming and consulting. That's where it began about. And then from there I moved to Olivetti House. It was a bigger office. Then I started employing staff.
Okay.
From Olivetti House, I moved to Hatfield.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Hatfield, it was a smaller office as well. And then from there, that's when we transitioned to come to mainland, to this headquarters where we are today.
No, it's very, very interesting, because honestly speaking, in justifying our reasons why we had to come here, when we read about your story, we were moved purely because there's people who are staying at home right now. They are despondent, they are discouraged. Maybe because they were also being excluded.
Yes.
Now, we thought, no, it's very much important, because you represent generation of those who are in the villages who never thought that they would be where you are right now. But now we are sitting here in one of the posh buildings in mainland. And then we understand that you also come from the villages and all that. How do you encourage someone who is in your shoes right now? What can you tell those people?
Yes. What I can tell them is that you can still go back to the drawing board. When I remember, I reflected a lot on what disturbed me, what were the hindrances that were there, what are the type of company of friends that I keep, I think it's never late. As long as you're still alive, you still got a brain, you finished your matric, maybe you thought it's over or something, go back to the drawing board. Look at the caliber of people that are around you. All of us have got people like saying, no, I don't have people, I'm alone. No. There are people that can channel you towards your destiny. I cannot claim where I am today and where I'm going that I've arrived because I'm smart or because it's me or I'm coming from a rich family and all of that. I believe there are right people that can be connected in your life that can channel you towards your destiny. Even today where I am, I cannot claim the accolades to say it's because of me. No, there were right people that I had around me that were able to impact me positively, to encourage me, to motivate me, to rebuke me as well. There's a verse in the Bible that says, faithful are the wounds of a friend more than the kisses of an enemy. There are friends that will tell you that, no, maybe you are lazy, maybe this is the situation, surround yourself with those type of people that can mold you, and then have a goal. As we're speaking today, I still have a long-term goal of where I want to go and where I want to see myself, but I haven't arrived. But what I can say is that I've left. What I can say is that the most crucial thing is to check the people that are around you, and also to go to the drawing board to say, this is my vision, this is where I see myself. And also the most important thing is to also look at your strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes we focus more on our weaknesses, but we we neglect the strengths that we have. I knew that I loved writing, I loved talking, I love the English language. Then I saw that, you know what, if I can sit down and read. When I was at the University of Limpopo, my life was just books. Books. I sat the whole day. I used to study the whole day, study at night. I remember I used to sometimes cross night and sleep at the security before it became sunshine. And then that's what I can say. Go to the drawing board, check the people that are around you. Also reflect and go to people who failed in life like me, to get advices from. Sometimes you'd hear people saying, I've never failed, I've never had challenges. Go to the people who failed before. You know, I see that failure was a challenge. Fail. Yes, we do fail in life. You know, people like saying, no, you can't fail. No, we do fail. We rise from the ruins of defeat to get somewhere in life.
So you also tasted fail in life at some point.
Fail in life. I do taste failure there and there. Even with my board exams, I didn't pass them outright. They give you 2 years to pass them, but I wrote them so many times within those 2 years until I passed. Yes.
So now, talking about the importance of association, I'm going to tell you something that you are not aware of. You are known to be a very consummate professional, strict.
Yes. Okay.
So now my question is, do you have a life outside this formal life that you are accustomed to? Let's say maybe you are not in the office. Do you normally go clubbing or maybe having braai with some friends and
stuff? Yes, I do. I don't go clubbing, but I have braais with friends. I love, hiking. Sometimes I'd go hiking just to refresh. I used to love running a lot. I still love it, but I don't have that much of time. Go out with friends, travel. I love road trips a lot. 2 weeks ago, I went to 2 of my friends. We went to Botswana just to see how Botswana is. There was no working there. There was no law professional and all of that. It was all about traveling and seeing Africa. I mean, that's my dream. I just love to travel. Go to Zimbabwe, go to Mozambique, go to Nigeria, see Africa, traveling and all of that. That's what I like as well, outside my profession.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, my name is Gloria Sewela. I'm a writer of these books. The first one is Breaking the Silence. This book narrates about the lady called Immaculate. She grew up under the family of gender-based violence. And the second one, this one, it stopped ignoring the signs. This one empowers the teachers, the parents, the community to hit warning signs and to assist the child to self-correct. Because basically, it takes a community to raise a child. They are affordable. Breaking the silence is 200 rands. Stop ignoring the signs, it's only 250 rands. For more information, contact me on 072 4697 282. You can also follow me on WhatsApp and Facebook. My name is Gloria Sewela. I thank you.
But now tell me, of course you had ambitions. You told yourself that I want to inspire others and advance my own academic plans and all that. Is in your view, law firm as a business, or rather legal fraternity as a business, do you think it's how we perceive it? Because most of us, we perceive it as a career that is punctuated with glitz and glamour, or maybe there are some other bad things that we don't know, or maybe pitfalls of that field.
There's a lot of pitfalls, like any other businesses. I would tell you my challenges with running a law firm. You deal with clients, we deal with people. You deal with people that they can give you work and then not pay you, not answer your calls while you've exerted a lot of energy, done work. It's a costly business as well. It's not something that when you start out, you'll say that I'm doing this for profit. It's just for you to establish yourself. There's a lot of cost in running a practice on a daily basis. And there's a lot of failures as well. There are cases that you lose. There are cases that you win. Yeah, I would say that.
I would have imagined. I would imagine in a position, let's say you are in a position where someone has actually pinned his hope on you, and then the outcomes, they come very different from what they would have expected.
Exactly.
How then do you deal with unsatisfied clients like that? Because I would have imagined, I would have thought that if maybe you were given an opportunity maybe to engage them afterwards to say, or rather, how do you accept it? Do you tell them that I failed, or do you maybe pass the buck to someone to say, this is not my responsibility?
The most important thing is that when you start, you must just be objective. Don't promise clients outcomes. You can promise them that you'll do the best, and this is what the position says, this is what the law says, but you're going to hear a case before a different arbiter who is a judge or who is a commissioner at the CCMA or who is a chairperson in a disciplinary hearing. You can't promise them a result. What you are taught is that you must just promise them that this is our case, and then we stand by our case, and then the final ruling or decision will come out after. But sometimes you'd see also your pitfalls to say, maybe I didn't emphasize this point, maybe I didn't do this and that. You improve on a daily basis as well as we proceed. But I'm proud to say last year, if I remember, 2023, we've never lost a case in the office that we've done.
Wow.
There was no trace or record of any loss.
Last year, the whole of last year?
The whole of last year. The cases that we've done from CCMA, we've never lost any.
That is massive.
Yeah. So,
serious?
Yeah.
So the entire year?
The entire year, there's no record of losses.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah. We've recorded, everything was a win from last year. The cases that we've done, the cases we've opposed and all of that, yeah.
So do you consider yourself to be currently the best young lawyer in the country? Based on that record, have you ever heard of that record before?
No, I haven't heard, but I would say that we are upcoming, not to say we are the best. We are doing our best to become the best that we can be in the space, or rather the allotted space that we find ourselves in. And would like to get more work and more exposure. I can say we are an upcoming growing firm. Yeah.
Okay. So, but you attribute this successes to the team that you are working with?
Definitely.
Okay.
Without my team, I wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah.
You need that support structure that can carry you to go where you want to go, to become the best that you can become. As I said before, that you cannot claim to be the best by yourself.
Yeah.
So I can say that the teamwork that we have, that the crop of lawyers that we have, and I also like working more with young people. I work with students, I work with candidates that I'm developing. I love working with young people, not to oppress them, but to give them a platform, to expose them. Now we've got 3 candidate attorneys. It's always been my ambition to empower young black women. I've got 2 black women who are candidate attorneys, and I've got a black guy as well who's a candidate attorney. I've got an associate as well, a woman who's black.
Okay.
And then I've got a labor consultant as well. I've got an HR who's black. I've got a woman who's an office manager, a finance manager as well. Yes.
So how many are you?
So I can say we are a team of 9.
Yeah, team of 9.
Yes.
How many women?
Dominantly women. I think a guy, it's myself, the HR manager, the tax consultant, and 1 candidate attorney, and 5 women.
So those women are working as well.
Yeah, they're working here as well. They're doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed with their work, their dedication, and all of that. Yes.
So now, if a person works here and then he asks for a job, it happens all the time. Someone comes and he tells you that I have completed my LLB degree. Can you please take me through the process of what do you call it?
Articles.
What then do you do? Is there any proper way in which you advise people to undergo, or rather you can just handpick someone and then train that particular person?
So what I do normally when we for us to take someone to become a candidate attorney, what I would do sometimes, I would give them volunteering work and stints, just to observe their attitude, their character, because people can be humble as they start, and then show you their true colors. So from the current crop, because it's a 2-year contract with them, I would take them and we would sit together. I would show them and go them to court and all of that, and observe their demeanor, observe their hard work and all of that. Sometimes I'll just stay until 5 o'clock. You'll see some of them not leaving and saying, you'll tell me if I should leave, those type of things. I'll take those students and be with them before they finalize. So most of the people that I've worked with, some would be students in their 3rd year, some in their final year, and then I would be testing to see how they are. And then, that's what I do mostly.
So now that I'm told that you are coming from that side where the area itself is very secluded and remote, and there is high unemployment, of course crime will also be part of that. Going there and knowing the type of person you are, having amassed so much at your age, don't you feel pressure maybe when you get there? Because obviously most of people will be expecting you to provide services on pro bono basis. What do you do if a person comes and you can tell that the person is unable to afford? What do you do?
I do have a pro bono department. It depends on the type of matter that we're handling. We do help people. We do hear people out. We don't just dismiss people and say, no, we can't help. We do hear people out. Tell us what's your challenge. I've got a maintenance matter. Can give advice at that point. We are not there only to make profit, but must also be agents of change in our community.
So now this one, I'm not going to lie. This one that we are about to talk about shook the entire village where you are coming from.
Okay.
I'm told that there was an appointment made recently. I don't want to say much about that one. I know you've been appointed before, but there is this specific appointment that has been made. Are you able to share with us and also tell us the responsibilities that come with that?
Yes. I've been recently appointed to be a chairperson of the tax board. So what actually happens there is that when you go within...
Who appoints?
It's the Minister of Finance.
Okay.
Yes, in conjunction with the Judge President.
Okay.
And then,
Okay, now you can continue.
So what we do there, we become more or less like a judge in an informal setting.
Okay.
You've got a commercial member and an accounting member. And the accounting member and the commercial member will be helping you as you assess the cases that will come before you as a chairperson of the tax board. And then you'll write rulings, whether against SARS or which favors SARS. So it's more of an opportunity that has come to me because it's going to help me with my adjudication skills, my craft, to hone my skills. Perhaps in the future I might be a judge, who knows. So it's been an exciting appointment so far.
No, thank you so much. But of course we cannot conclude our interview without asking this one. Like we said, you are making strides, you are pushing all frontiers of poverty, you are one of the luminaries in the law firm, you are one of the young emerging lawyers, you are known, and everything looks very, very good. But my question is, when are you going to say, okay, I've achieved, now let me get married and settle down and stuff? Because obviously you don't have any excuse, my friend. There isn't any.
No, definitely there's no excuse. I think I'm at a stage where I'd love to.
Okay.
Obviously I'm opening my eyes and praying.
Okay.
I think that's the next project in my life.
Okay.
But with the help of the Lord, as you know that you need to get someone who can support you, become a support structure, someone who will genuinely love you, not for what you've attained or anything. So I think I'm at that stage in my life. I mean, I'm 35 years old. And I don't think this is the perfect time. So it's gonna happen, I believe.
No, I'm helping you here. I'm trying to assist because I want these sisters, who are actually reading themselves to know what type of a person is this one looking for. Yeah. Are you able to tell what type of a person are you looking for, except the character? Are you also going for the physique? My brother.
No, obviously our eyes look, but I think the physique doesn't build a home.
Okay.
I mean, I'll quote a scripture as well that says, a prudent wife comes from the Lord. Physical attributes with time fade away. I believe that I'm looking for the character of a person that can genuinely love me, someone that can support me. As you know, that I'm doing a hectic job here. I mean, 2 weeks ago, we were knocking off around 1 o'clock at night, doing some projects, working.
Okay.
There was a time where I didn't sleep. I think it was last week, Monday. I was doing a project. I came here in the office from 1, and then I left at 7 in the morning without sleeping, It's not everyone who supports you. You need someone who's focused, someone who's,
who understands the nature of the work that you're doing.
And a cute person, of course.
Oh, she should be beautiful. Oh, no, I get it. No, I get it, my brother. No, now in conclusion, we don't want to keep you long. There's I'm not sure if whether it's misconception or that is true. But you guys spend most of your time speaking English.
No. Rabolela.
Rabolela
twi.
Okhono bolela sentwana go le.
Ke se bolela sentwana. Ke se bolela every day.
Okhono bolela sentwana ka mo physics.
Ke se bolela sentwana mostly ke bolela sentwana. Ke bolela batho ba le.
Serious?
Yeah.
Ke bolela ke busy ke tanta mo ke na na ra awitse sentwana.
Ke sitse ta. Ke bolela sentwana Sepedi.
Yeah.
Ke bolela le Sezulu as well.
Okay.
I think it's stronger Sezulu mo di other official languages. Swati, I'm not that strong. Tsonga ke khona utla there and then vendor. Yeah, because re interact with the client on a daily basis. Yeah. Bolela Sotho, bolela Sepedi. Yeah.
So this appointment of yours, how long will it last? The one that the minister has recently made?
It will last for 5 years. It starts this year till 2029.
Oh, okay. But obviously from now, this is 2024, and then it's 5 years now.
Yes, it's 5 years.
So obviously you can make it known to all of us live here that in this coming 5 years, Mogau will be married. Because the money is allocated already. You are secured, my
Definitely.
No, thank you so much. South Africa, we are proud to announce to you that South Africa has been blessed with one of the legal minds. Yeah, from Tshwane Denelton.
Muntwane ke tsotha bakhubidi go thaba Tshwane.
O tswa thaba khubidi go thaba khubidi. O bolela sentwane.
Ke bolela sentwane.
Okay, no, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Till we meet again. Thank you so much. We really appreciate.
Thank you so much. I appreciate.
All right. Now we'll meet again, where we'll be talking to another young person who's made exploits in the field of soccer in the next episode. Thank you.